It has been 175 days, if you can believe it, since Louisville police officers killed Breonna Taylor in a botched raid on her home. Not one of the 7 officers has been arrested, and only one has been fired. Now, new photos obtained by Vice News are raising questions about what actually happened that night in March. The photos show at least one of the police officers was wearing a body camera. Now, that contradicts what the Louisville Police Department had said, that narcotic officers, like the one who conducted the raid, do not wear them. But that's Paul. What does this say to you? Kenneth Walker, Mr. Walker, who was in the home and witnessed the shooting of his girlfriend, he's suing, claiming police misconduct. Does what you just heard sound like misconduct to you?
Absolutely. There's been a cover-up from day one. Joy, remember the cops who killed George Floyd were charged within days. The cops who killed Rayshard Brooks were charged within days. Almost 6 months, still no prosecution in the Breonna Taylor case. In those earlier 2 cases involving those men, that sent a message that their lives mattered to prosecutors. And taking almost 6 months with still no charges, the prosecutors are sending a very different message about the life of Breonna Taylor. And again, there's been consistent irregularities. The police report was a big lie. The cops had the nerve to say that nobody had been hurt when Breonna Taylor was pronounced dead on the scene. They had the nerve to say that they entered the apartment peacefully when in fact they broke down the door with a battering ram.
What does it also say to you that, we know that the person they say they were coming to arrest was not there, was actually already in custody. He has now come forward to admit that prosecutors tried to make him take a plea deal. They wanted him to falsely incriminate Breonna Taylor and claim she was part of a drug ring. What does that tell you, Paul?
It sounds like a cover-up, that they're trying to find some kind of way to make these officers not accountable. Everybody should focus on the facts. These officers fired rounds and rounds of bullets. They shot up 8 different rooms in 2 different apartments. They knew they were putting innocent people in danger. Joy, one of the officers fired 10 rounds literally through a closed and covered door. He was shooting through a patio door. He couldn't see who or what he was shooting. That cop was fired. His own boss, the chief of police, said he displayed extreme indifference to human life. Well, guess what? That's the standard for a criminal case. All of these officers should have been brought to justice months ago.
Roberto, what